What's going on YouTube? This your boy Ab G. Y'all done tuned in to 163 The Ville podcast, man. I'm your boy Ab G. Man, so what's going on, man? I know it's been a while. Uh, and Apple, you can reach the podcast on Apple Podcast too, Spotify. It's 163 The Ville podcast, man. So yes, let's get into it. Make sure you like, subscribe too, man. So let's get into it, right? Something I've been wanting to talk about the last couple of days. So a couple of days ago, Snoop Dogg was on this podcast, right? And he was talking to this young lady. I can't remember her name. And he was talking to this young lady, and he was saying that, he took his grandson to go see Toy Story, right? And you would think that, you're going to see. I remember a Toy Story myself, right? I remember the Toy Story. It was a cartoon, the kids cartoon on Disney, and I remember as a kid I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? And fast forward to 2025, a lot of things have changed. So Snoop Dogg was watching it, and him and his grandson went to the movies, right? And and they had a scene, they had a part on the movie. If you never seen it, it's spoiler alert. So they had a part on the movie where two women had a baby, right? And so his grandson bust out and said, um, you know, even kids got common sense, right? Even you can't like, you know what I'm saying? Like even kids got common sense. Um, and so he said, two women can't have kids, huh, grandpa, whatever like that. And he was like, and he said he didn't know how to answer that, right? And so social media was in the uproar. Everybody was upset with Snoop Dogg and you know what I'm saying, because he was just as confused as me, because I feel like stuff like that should not be in kids' cartoons. Let kids enjoy being a kid. Stop forcing stuff. And I hate when we say this, but it's a cartoon. Like we didn't have this as a kid. When I was a kid growing up, cartoons was for cartoons was cartoons. It was for kids to enjoy and to use their imaginations or whatever else kids we like to do. It was cartoons. It was for kids. It didn't have nothing to do with same sex liking each other and all this other stuff that they got going on now. So Snoop Dogg was just like he just didn't. He said he didn't come for all this. Like he just came to watch the movie with his grandpa, and now he got to educate his son. I mean, his grandson, which he shouldn't even have to do in the first place, because stuff like that should not be on kids' cartoons. Kids are innocent. Kids is already curious, right? And so if you put this type of stuff and have these kids thinking that two women can have kids, and then they mind start wondering. One thing about kids, kids are going to ask questions, and then it's our job as parents is to educate them, right? But you shouldn't have to educate them at such a young age like this, right? Because it's a cartoon, it's Toy Story. If it's the same Toy Story that I remember, obviously not, but it was a kid's cartoon. It was Disney. It wasn't nothing. It was innocent stuff. Nowadays, is all this other BS, right? And so he was saying that he didn't, he didn't want to explain it because he was like, this is a cartoon. He wasn't expecting none of this, and he didn't have to want to go into detail. Even the kids got more common sense than adults to know that two women can't have no kids. But I digress. And so, um, and so the social media just tore him up. I mean, tore Snoop Dogg up. And then they tried to compare his music videos, right, to what was going on in the kids' cartoon. And it's like that is stupid and idiotic, because what Snoop Dogg did was make content for adults. That's mine is fully grown, and we can separate the two, right? Because they want to compare. Snoop Dogg got girls twerking in the videos, and they kissing on the videos and all the stuff like that. He did not make the difference is between that what Snoop Dogg was doing and what Disney did. Disney is for kids to consume cartoons, to enjoy themselves and watch their favorite characters. What Snoop Dogg did was for adult entertainment. It wasn't for kids to. Now if a kid ended up watching it, you can't blame Snoop Dogg for that. You got to blame the parent for that, because the parents should have did a better job to make sure that their kids didn't watch none of that, right? You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, you can't compare the two. You cannot compare the two. And people was tearing this man up and want to bring up his music and bring up his want to bring up his want to bring up his music videos and how he had two women kissing. For one, it was for adults. It was not for kids. You cannot compare the two. I'm sorry. I know how bad people want to do that, right? I know how bad people want to, you know what I'm saying, like just down him, but you can't do that because it's two different things. I'm sorry, bro. You cannot do it, bro. I'm sorry. I don't care how mad people get. Stuff like that should not be on kids. Kids should not be watching, and then and their minds already wondering, right? You know, I don't care how kids should not be seeing no two women kissing, no two men kissing, and all that other stuff. Because kids is gonna grow up, right, and thinking that is okay for him to kiss another dude. I don't want that. And people can get mad and people can call you homo. It's not being homophobic. It's protecting our kids, right? And want our kids to grow up being traditional. I know that might rub some people the wrong way, but it's just the truth. Kids should not be seeing BS like that. Two women having kids and they together and all, like this is a cartoon, man. Stop endorsing this type of stuff. Like if you like I tell people, live your life, whatever you want to be. I love everybody. I rock with everybody. I don't give a care what you do in your personal life. But leave the babies out of this because kids don't like I know for me, if I'm watching the music video right now and I see two women kissing, right? I'm not I'm grown, so I understand. I know it. Kids don't. So for you to try to compare the two and they just dogging Snoop Dogg out and then trying to, you know what I'm saying, and then people and the people that is, defending Snoop Dogg. Now we getting judged as parents or we getting called homophobic when they don't have anything to do with it. Nobody ain't never said that they don't like the LBG, whatever community. Nobody never said it. We just said kids should not be watching it. And I don't know why people get on the fence to that. I don't know why people want to get mad because we don't want kids to see this type of stuff, right? I don't want my kids to see. I don't want my son to see that. I don't want that. Like leave that for the grown up. Leave that to the people that's old enough to understand, what's going on, right? Instead of just forcing it on these babies. And then people get mad and people get on outrage and then they start getting personal and then they like to try to compare and all this stuff. You can't do that, bro. Bottom line is it's not cool. I don't give a care what you do in your life, but these babies should be protected and these babies should be safe and shouldn't have to do that because it's only fair. Because when I was a kid and my little sister and my little cousin, we didn't have to deal with this. We was able to just grow up and watch cartoons and have fun. We didn't have to worry about none of the stuff that these kids have to go to. So I'm just saying, like, be fair. The same way we had, what I'm saying, to grow up and we was able to watch cartoons and just watch cartoons and it was just cool. These kids should have the same opportunity. And then when they become adults, then they can decide because they're mature enough and they understand stuff to say, hey, this is what I want or this is what I don't want, right? Or if you teach your kids that, hey, you are a boy, you're supposed to date girls, and you are a woman, you're supposed to date boys, all of a sudden, then we teaching hate. And that to me, that's bullshit, right? Because the same way I grew up, when my parents was telling me boys are supposed to date women and women supposed to date, they did not once say you're supposed to hate people that's not like you. They never did that. But for some reason, if you tell your kids that you want that a man is supposed to date a woman, then for some reason it's just bad, right? It's just bad, and you shouldn't be teaching this. And it's like, what else you want my kid? What you want me to teach my kid, right? Like really, bro. Like, and it's just corny, and to me, it just got to stop, bro. And they just dog Snoop. They just drag Snoop Dogg like he just. And they didn't want to bring up politics. Like what that man politics thing got to do with anything about what he said, what he want for his grandson? Like come on, bro. Like I don't give a care what this man political thing is. You know what I'm saying? Then the man just said like he ain't like he wasn't there to support no Trump. It was just an event that was just for the what you call it. It wasn't even about Trump. So but yeah, people want to bring up this man political shit. Like that shit corny, man. I'm sorry. That shit is corny. That shit is it's just not cool. You know what I'm saying? It's just not cool, man. I'm sorry. I don't care who get mad. I'm not teaching hate. I'm not teaching. I'm not teaching none of that, man. I'm just saying like what right is right, wrong is wrong. Like don't put these on these kids. Like let these kids just watch cartoons without all the extra stuff and try to make everybody happy. Like that's the problem. You're trying to make everybody happy, trying to make everybody comfortable, to where you don't want to like defend anybody. Man, damn all that, bro. If you know it ain't right, it just ain't right. I don't give a goddamn who get mad. I don't hate nobody. I don't teach my son to hate nobody. I tell my son, you are a man, you are a young man, you are supposed to like women. Or whatever he do when he gets older, whatever he chooses for his life is his life. But as long as he's my son and he's my baby and he, he not young enough, he not old enough to make decisions for himself. I'm going to teach them the stuff that I was taught as a kid because not one time when my parents or my uncles or whatever kid was teaching me, they never taught me about hate, but they did tell me this is how it's supposed to be and stuff like that. They never taught hate. My grandma, grandpa, dad never taught hate. They just say you are a young man. You're supposed to date women, and that was it. They didn't teach me about you don't like these people. I have a conversation with if you I can have a conversation with you. I ain't got nothing against you. I'm not gonna judge you. None of that. However you are as a person, as long as you're a good person, you cool with me. Bottom line. I don't care how you live your lifestyle, as long as you respect my boundaries and I respect your boundaries, that's all that matters. I don't give a damn about how you live your life, what you do when you leave around for me. But as long as we have mutual respect for each other and I respect you and you respect my decision on how I live my life, the same way I can respect you, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And I'm not moving my stand from that. I don't care who get mad though, So whoever get mad, fuck you. I don't give a damn. That's just the way I feel about certain things. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little rant for today. That's the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Please leave a comment below. Apple, what I'm saying, all my podcast platform, man. Make sure you like, subscribe, and notification bell, man. But that's the episode for the day. Leave in the comments how y'all feel about that. I need to get back with some. I need to get back with some of my people. I need to get back with my big brother, D David. Man, I got to get back with him, but get back with the podcast. Then my cousin too. Just get back on certain topics. So it's been a while. I've been so much tied into gaming, so I ain't really been doing my podcast. But I'm about to get back into the podcast. I got to get my brothers with me, and stuff like that. So that will be what you gonna. But man, make sure that you subscribe and ring the notification bell. Please subscribe to my Apple Podcast is 163 The Ville Podcast, man. And so, man, appreciate you for coming through, man. Fuck with your boy. Peace.